Yeah, I mean, Jort and the Zips, they were on the radar in the '80s. They got airplay. They got some commercials. They were in that one commercial, remember, with the waterproof necklace for wallets when you go to water parks. They were in that commercial. It was they were doing all right, but they were not satisfied with being on the perimeter like that. They wanted to make a splash. They really did, and boy did they. That third LP, Ghouls Fold. I mean, just Godzilla-like guitar riffs, and then the panthery bass, and the riffs were just gladiators, just gladiator riffs, and then those good drums. I mean, it was, and they're on a big label too, so the label's breathing down their neck like, we got number oneers. We need a number one out of you, or it's sayonara, hit the road, Jack. We need number ones. And obviously, Jort and the Zips was confident they could deliver and give you those number ones. The label's breathing down your neck, saying, proof's in the pudding, show us. Proof is in the pudding. And Jort and the Zips, they turned around and they drowned him in the pudding. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't remember when Quentin dropped his infamous drowned him in pudding line during the Jort and Zips documentary? I mean, as far as daytime television musical documentaries go, that was our 900. Okay, that the music of it, the pressure of the moment. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I remember it very vividly, and I've always said that you can split musical documentaries into two categories. Okay, BP, right, and AP. You have your before pudding, and you have your after pudding, and I don't think that anyone would have expected it to have ever been like that eureka moment like that, but that's Quentin. That is quintessential Quentin right there. Oh my God! And just the historical context too. There's historical context too, because this was only 8 years after 9/11. There was still kind of this tension in the air that was like, okay, America is looking for its back to normal moment, a moment when we could say we're back to normal, and not that did that necessarily, but you guys are talking about Q-Man's pudding drop on the Zip spot. Yeah, no, I remember just at the time, I just remember like just having a laugh about it, because it was just like such classic Q-Man stuff, man. Just classic Q-Man right there. It did kind of feel like after the drowned him in pudding moment, it was like culturally, like America's back. Like we're back in the business of culture again. It felt. Yeah. Well, I am going to ruffle a little feathers here, I think. I thought that Quentin's pudding line was a little hacky. And that's coming from someone who loves Quentin's work, loves everything he's ever done. But I thought the line was a little hacky. It felt to me like it wasn't his voice, maybe, like a little artificial. What I think it was actually was that I felt like he was trying to make a moment happen. I felt like he was trying to make an important moment happen, and it just came off a little like in bad taste. Like it came off like it was in bad taste. Of course, I remember when Butch Circus called out Quentin's pudding line for being hacky. Quentin's pudding line is Hackygate? Yeah. I mean, just give the man props. It's a Grand Slam freaking line. And it came out right after that, too, that Butch got cold-shouldered by some bigwig at VTV right before Quentin got hired there. So the whole thing ended up reading as bad blood and bitter animosity. Yeah, Yes, of course, I remember when Mindy dropped the bombshell about Butch Circus, how he was jealous of Quentin, and that's why he slammed the pudding line during the Jort and the Zips documentary. Of course, I remember. It just felt like that was only 8 years after 9/11, and I felt like we were finally getting back to something normal, and it just felt like she broke that code of ethics. There's just a code of ethics. There's a code of ethics. There's a code of, it's almost ethics, really. There's just a code of ethics. Code of ethics. Yeah. I think it was a moment of real, I don't want to say perspective, real perspective for everyone. After Shad McShoe called out Mindy for calling out Butch, for getting jealous of Quentin and dissing his pudding line during the Jort and the Zips documentary, I felt like there was a real outpouring from our community about the code of ethics. I mean, look, you had guys like Terry Taylor, Elaine Rambowski, Mindy Mastrorocco. I think you had Bobby Waters was in there. They all came out to give their support for the code of ethics, and I really felt like we left that bad blood behind us, and it was a real kumbaya moment. Just a real kumbaya moment for the entire community. Yeah. I remember when John, J-Man, Monkey House did not mention me in the list of people who defended the code of ethics of our great occupation. And no accident whatsoever. I mean, he listed every single other person that was in that short montage immediately preceding that clip, and failed to mention me. And not to mention, he knew I had just gotten the nod for the Dick Barron documentary. The whole section about his vasectomy, that was mine, and he was feeling animosity about that. And, it just kind of felt like, with 9/11, just 8 years before that, I kind of felt like, no accidents there, just he meant it. Well, it was like, I suppose it was like this. It's like, you got this documentary, right? And it's like Jort and the Zips. Like, let's find out about Jort and the Zips. But then you got all these talking heads, and they're swallowing their own tail. They're talking in circles, just the petty little grudges they got here. And it's like, we never got to find out about, Jort's affair in Costa Rica. Important stuff. We never got to find out about the third LP. It was a game changer. It changed game changers, that LP. It was a game changer. And not a peep of that thing came out in the documentary. And it's like, we never got to find out about the Japan tour, what happened with Todd on stage. All of this came out. We call him Spleeny Todd. We never got to find out about the Spleeny Todd story. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's like, there's all important stuff in there. And it's like, it just got lost in the bickering. And it was like, I suppose it's like this. It's like, you make a documentary about Jort and the Zips, and you never find out what it's like to be in Jort and the Zips. And I suppose it's like, as a documentary, it failed. Yeah, I remember what George said about the documentary.